Hi everyone, Colleen here and welcome back for another video. If you're new here, welcome. So happy to have you. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my year on alternate day fasting. So I began alternate day fasting April 2021 and it is currently May 2022. I just completed a full year being on the alternate day fasting protocol, which is a form of intermittent fasting, but I consider it just a longer term kind of protocol than the 16-8 or OMAD. It's around 36 hours or more of fasting and then a day of eating. It's a very simple protocol. You eat one day and you fast the next. I don't time anything. I don't calorie track. I don't use any apps. I don't even regulate what I eat too much. It's been a very easy lifestyle, but only if you are mentally prepared for it. So far, if you found my channel, you have been interested in the alternate day lifestyle, and you might have even watched a video or two of mine. I have lost over 60 pounds within 8 months, and from then I've just been kind of cruising, maintaining, losing here and there. Currently, I am 180 pounds as I speak. My lowest so far has been 178. I just finished a move which kind of threw me off track a little bit. I had went on and off alternate day fasting all throughout my year journey. That's why it took me a whole year to lose 67 pounds, but I lost it nonetheless. I wasn't in a race. I wasn't competing with anyone. I just took my time and did what I could based on my lifestyle, and gradually, eventually, slowly but surely, lost 67 pounds. I went from a size 14 jean, extra large dress to currently wearing a size 8 dress or jean and size medium tops. Even my foot shrank a little bit. Like, I could pull off a 10 sometimes in a brand, or originally I was definitely needing a size 11. It's all a beautiful thing. Rings fit, bras aren't digging into my shoulders anymore. And it's just been so many benefits of finding something that finally worked. So I'm going to talk about everything that led me to this point right here, right now. So why did I start alternate day fasting? I have been the person to try every diet, every way to lose weight, over exercising, under eating, low carb, Atkins, keto, slim fast, waking up at 6 a.m. for yoga every day, overworking out, Tybo, Jane Austen, Denise Richards, Jane Fonda, Gilad. That's just like crazy to me how much I've done. I've even tried to be bulimic. Like, I was so desperate to lose weight. I wanted to be bulimic, but I hate throwing up. So that just wasn't gonna work for me. I remember begging my parents, like, I've been overweight since age 10, which happens to coincide with the year my parents divorced. So my weight gain was attached to trauma, childhood trauma, and a lot of weight gain overall in most people is attached to emotions, whether we emotionally eat, whether we binge eat for happiness, sadness, loneliness, frustration. Emotional eating is like the worst trigger. Emotional eating has a lot of layers, and you can only beat emotional eating and being obese through severe self-awareness, and that will come through a lot of forms, which I'll talk about later. But ever since age 10, growing up, I've just been overweight. In April 2021, I reached my heaviest of 245 pounds. I am a 5'10" woman with a muscular build. So 245 on me may not have looked like 245, but it felt like 245. I had inflammation in my knees, in my ankles. I was in a relationship that was very detrimental to my health. I had hair shedding. I had uneven skin, just so many ailments at that time in my life where I should have been fresh, young, vibrant. I'm currently 32, but I felt at least double my age. My ankles were swelling up. I was having yellowing eyes, and it was just a lot of things that just made me feel so down on myself. I was self-conscious, and my self-esteem was probably at an all-time low. I just felt unbeautiful, unsexy. That is the word. I felt unsexy. And as a woman, that really digs into your femininity, because I can't imagine a woman that doesn't want to feel desirable, and I just felt not. Who's checking for me? And I don't need anyone to check for me, but it's nice to know that you got it. I didn't feel like I had anything. I felt like a frumpy mom. And in April, I'd already been familiar with fasting. I had lost 40 pounds after my first pregnancy with 16/8 intermittent fasting. And after my second pregnancy, I had dabbled in 1 meal a day, or OMAD. They were nice. If you want to check out this video, you can see why I stopped doing them. But eventually I researched alternate day fasting, came across it, thought it was intriguing, and I liked the all or nothing, cut and dry, my way or the highway kind of approach. There was nothing to guess, there was nothing to weigh, there was nothing to estimate. It was basically, you wake up, you don't eat, you go to bed, you wake up and eat the next day. That's all you need to know. You don't have to change anything as far as eating yet. That will come. But if you just do that, you're guaranteed some weight loss. I was like, okay, how can I mess this up? Unless I want to mess it up. Self-sabotage is another in the ass, but yeah. And so in April 2021, during a time in my life where I didn't feel great, I was not in a best environment. I had moved upstate to a new home all by myself, and just with my family at the time, and I took a risk, and the risk paid off. Within a month's time, I lost 10 to 12 pounds, and I was really, really motivated. I was like, wow, this is really working, huh? This is really gonna work. And that motivation continued the next month and the next month and the next month. I was losing about 10 pounds a month, and that's great. That's about 2.5 pounds per week. And when it comes to alternate day fasting, I want you to know that this is not a lose weight quick scheme. You will lose a considerable amount of weight, maybe in your first week or even your first month. But you should know that a drastic amount of weight loss looks like 2 pounds a week. You shouldn't want to be losing 7-9 pounds a week. That's not normal. And that's a great way to set yourself up for future failure. I just want to let you know, if you're looking for consistent long-term progress that will lead you to a lifestyle change, it should look like 2 pounds a week, maybe max. Yeah, honestly. And in this microwave culture that we've, are starting to get used to instantaneous gratification, that's no bueno. You have to remember that slow and steady always wins the race. It does. Losing weight fast, it feels good, it makes you motivated, it gets you there. And that's what alternate day fasting does. It starts the process of being motivated. But when you start slowing down and realizing, okay, this is consistent, but it's not drastic. You don't want drastic, you want the consistent. And as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, you will get where you're supposed to go. But in June of 2021, I got my first job at UPS, and UPS is no joke. I worked as a preloader, which is the person who loads the trucks for the driver to deliver them to your home. And it is a twilight shift job, meaning it's overnight. So my shift would look like 2:15 to 9 a.m., 1:45 to 9 a.m. It can look like 4 o'clock to 9 a.m. But it all ranged, and it was all super busy during that very physical time. And that helped me lose more weight. I was active, I was getting a lot more activity. I was sometimes even too tired to eat. And I was actually nervous that I would lose too much weight doing alternate day fasting and such a physical job. So in June, I had started to do 4-3, and 4-3 is 4 days eating, 3 days fasting. Once I became accustomed to the job more and realized, okay, I can handle this, I don't need to be doing 4-3, I went back to ADF eventually. And yeah, I've been kind of cruising ever since. I have not been consistent with alternate day fasting, and that's why I haven't reached my goal yet. I've been living life. I fast here and there. I fast if I feel like my stomach is bloated. I fast if I feel like I'm getting off track. I fast when I need some healing properties. If I'm sick, I fast to continue to get to my goal, because my goal ultimately is 170 pounds. I'm 10 pounds away. And I guess, you know, when you're like a senior in high school and it's like the last week of school and you just start cruising and you start doing things on autopilot and you're like, whatever, teacher. Yeah, that's where I am in life right now. Like, I'm 10 pounds away. Okay, I'll just eat this pizza and fast another. That's how I am. Like, I'm a senior in high school right now. I'm about to graduate, so it's like, whatever. I always like that analogy. Like, I'm a senior in high school, whatever. And I started ADF, just lose weight, to finally lose weight. But it became a lot more. So this is what I learned while alternate day fasting. I learned during alternate day fasting that self-sabotage is real. Self-sabotage is the knowing that you're capable. The physically knowing that you are capable of doing basic shit. I'm not even gonna like don't eat, right? And then the mental of knowing that, oh wow, change. That one word will F you up in life, change. Naturally, humans are averse to change. And I'm a Scorpio. And Scorpions don't like change. We're very routine characters. But even worse than that is the knowing that something big is gonna happen. And losing weight has just, since age 10, and I'm 32 now. Since age 10, I've been familiar with being overweight, being a size 14, knowing that I could overeat and try again tomorrow. Uncovering a person that I knew I always wanted to see, but doing dumbness to prevent it. Change. Self-sabotage is going to keep me in a place that I didn't want to be, but it's comfortable. And comfort will always breed mediocrity. And I was tired of being mediocre. And I really started to get self-aware and start reflecting on why I'm doing this to myself, what's preventing me from moving to the next level, and why am I choosing to stay stuck. Although I want nothing more than to succeed in life, period, beyond just weight loss, succeed in my career, succeed in wanting more for myself, succeed in being financially independent, succeed in wearing a size 8 or 6, succeed. So I started journaling, and when I journaled in the summer of 2021, when I started journaling is when I realized the correlation between emotions and eating, and that's when I started really taking a look at the connection, how tied emotions are to eating, and this very, very overlooked portion of weight loss. How overlooked, yet how crucial it is to tap into. I noticed that I had started journaling my feelings, putting them down into a book, whatever I was feeling. There was no prompts. I don't use prompts. I'm a very free-spirited, organic, natural flowing person. To this day, I don't use any journal prompts. I just write what I feel. And that's very important, to write what I felt. Because the feeling is what's either going to stay stagnant within me and come out in cravings, or binge eating, or it'll just depress me. So I wrote what I felt. And from there, I was able to just have a stream of consciousness transferred from my brain to the paper. I can look at it, I can process it, I could read it, I can get rid of it. All these things occur when you journal. When I did that, for the first week, I was like, wait, I'm not that hungry. I don't feel so hungry. How come I don't have an appetite? Why don't I want this food? Madness, right? Madness. And I was like, oh, it's the journaling. It's the journaling. That's also a form of self-awareness, self-reflection. And that's what I preach on this channel, is self-awareness. Self-awareness beyond all else, because you cannot love who you don't know. You'll never love someone you can't understand, you can't process, you are unfamiliar with, you know? Wow, that really hit me. Just saying that, because it's like, wow, I know who the hell I am and I still love her. Like, I still love you, Colleen. It's really powerful, because I've done so much healing after I ended my toxic relationship with my partner for 8.5 years, right? We were in a relationship well into my early 20s to my early 30s. I'd lost so much of myself. Lost myself to the point where I didn't know who I was. And I did a lot of healing, therapy, journaling, self-awareness, and just learning myself, reading YouTube channels, checking in with Dr. Ramani, who is a narcissist specialist, Lisa Romano, who focuses on codependency, all kind of amazing people, Breenie Lee, who focuses on female empowerment. All these factors helped me to become more self-actualized, and I love me. I can genuinely say I love myself because I know who I am. Nobody can tell me who I am, not a soul. I used to seek my mom's validation so hard, and through therapy I learned that it'll never happen because of who she is. It just won't happen. And I stopped seeking my mom's validation, and it just felt like such a relief. I didn't have to be a perfectionist in order to gain love. I didn't have to be the valedictorian at school. I didn't have to be the honor roll student. I didn't have to work twice as hard to get half amount of love. Like, it was just a wonderful feeling to feel free from striving for love. All of this stuff is learned through therapy. So if you're not doing therapy, I highly encourage it. And that's not to say it'll replace a relationship with God. Those are two separate things. Being religious is not the same as being spiritual. Being religious is not the same as being self-actualized. Being religious is not the same as helping yourself. Do not confuse the two. Talk to God and talk to a therapist, because God can help you receive messages. Therapy can help you get objective feedback. They're two different things. So I've had comments where, oh, you've had me until you do. I love God and I love therapy, and it's okay. This is called being modern. Anyways, so I became more self-actualized during that process. Alternate day fasting helped me crave healthy food. When you take the time to step away from food for an entire day, you start appreciating whatever you're gonna get the next day. Yeah, you can crave a burger and fries. Yeah, you can crave a bowl of pasta. When you take away the access of food, the cravings start changing. It starts turning from, ooh, I want this, to, oh, I need this. So when you're fasting, sometimes like you'll be dying for some broccoli. Oh my God, I'd give anything for some soup. Oh, what I do to like bite a strawberry, because now you're moving into true hunger. Here's how you know you're hungry. Here's a little shortcut to know you're hungry. If somebody offers you broccoli and you don't turn it away, you're most likely hungry. If you can pick and choose what you want, you're most likely not that hungry. If somebody offers you something and it's like, oh, no, I'm good, you're not hungry. If you want that broth, you're most likely hungry. So you're just able to like kind of see like, oh, this is what true hunger feels like. And you'll be surprised how far the body can go without needing food. There's definitely studies on a human could go such and such, maybe a month without food, but you know, at least need water every 3 days. Research these things, it's true. And I learned that I like who I am. I really realized that fat isn't for me, and I don't feel my best when fat. I always knew that, but gosh, like I've been here before. Like I've been 170 in my 20s, but it's been so long. and I don't like being fat. I'm quite allergic to it, honestly, because I've seen everything that comes with being fat. I've seen the mediocrity. I've seen the settling. Like, you'll settle, like, when you feel low about yourself, you'll settle easily. 1, 2, 3. And that's not just with weight. It's just like, if you don't love and know yourself, like, you'll just settle for dumbness, dumb relationships, dumb food, dumb experiences, dumb jobs. And I hate to use the word dumb, but it's like, that's how simple it is. It's dumb sometimes what is settled for in life just because the worthiness has not been acquired. I started alternate day fasting to lose weight, but I lost a lot of unworthiness and gained so much insight, so much self-value, gained so much more new clothes, gained purpose, gained an audience. The gains were well worth the food sacrifices. Like, I will do it all over again in a heartbeat. I won't have to, but I would do it all over again. And there's not one day that I regret ever coming across alternate day fasting. Fasting, period. Fasting is just like the oldest trick in the book. Like, Big Pharma hates you for finding fasting. I want Big Pharma to hate me. Hate me, Big Pharma. You can't benefit off of fasting. It's free. What's next? What do I want? What are my goals? How am I gonna maintain this, right? So my goal is 170. 170 would be like, okay, I reached 170, I did it. Ultimately, I would love to be 160 and gain 10 pounds of muscle and get back to 170. Like, that's the dream. I don't know why it's a dream to me. Like, it seems like 160, like, I've never been 160. That sounds amazingly wild. 160, God, I would like 160. But some of the bodies I've loved, like, I have 2 women that I admire, and they're like, you know, I admire them because they're similar in body to me, and they are strong and beautiful. One is Nicole Murphy. She's a tall, beautiful, strong, fit, confident, hot mama, okay? She is curvy, she's, oof, I love her body, love. And Mari Llewellyn, she's on YouTube, and she also created Bloom Nutrition. She makes the super greens that I love so much. And she's like 5'11" maybe, and she's fit and she's toned and she looks like a freaking Viking and she's awesome. I love her body too. And they're both like 150, amazing. So maybe 160 isn't like that horrible. I'm just like, I've never been there. So that's that mindset again. That's that mindset, being scared of like the unknown. Don't be scared. Achieve what you want. Don't be afraid of being a millionaire. Don't be afraid of being on TV. Don't be afraid of the impossible because people are like, it's impossible. No, it's not. Don't tell me about my dreams. I've been loving working on my physique. I have booty goals that I want to achieve. I have back goals that I would like to achieve. I no longer work at UPS anymore. So yeah, I'll have an update video on that. I will miss it. It was a big part of my life. It was a big part of my journey. It was a big part of me learning myself, but it was time to let that go. So now I have to start working on myself hard because that route of activity is now gone. So my cardio, my upper body is now my responsibility again. And so I'm gonna have to really work on a routine that will hit all those targets for me. But always I'm working on my lower body because I'm a tall girl. My limbs are kind of gangly, and I carry most of my strength in my upper body. So I'm always working on my lower body strength to balance it. And I would like to sculpt the middle. My other goal is to really work on my nutrition, focus on nutrition. Once I've gotten the fasting protocol down, it's down. I need to focus on nutrition. I want to really feed myself on my refuel days, on my feast days, healthy, full, whole, nutritious meals. And because of the move, I had just fallen off. I was eating fast food, pizza, socializing way too much, drinking a bit too much. I just really want to nourish my insides because my body is my temple. I love her to death and I want to treat her as such. So yeah, I have my supplements and I focus on salads, but I just really want to start getting more greens in, more whole foods, focusing on proteins and fats, always and forevermore, and just cut a lot back more on those processed foods. That's the main thing. I want to cut down on processed foods and start using my smoothies again and all of that. And of course, I would love to continue self-improving. And Brainy Lee did a video that made me stop and think about self-improvement. It was like, if you're always doing self-improvement, that means you're just never happy with yourself. And I was like, oh, she caught me. That's true, I guess. But I also thought about it too, and self-improvement doesn't necessarily mean that you're not happy with yourself. It is always within the human nature to grow and develop. You're a healthy human, and that's okay. There are moments where you need to sit in yourself and congratulate yourself, validate yourself, approve yourself, congratulate yourself for how far you've come. Stop and smell the roses is very important. If you watch this video, you'll see I've come very far, and sometimes I don't stop and think about it, and that's where my gratitude comes in. I do gratitude journaling and thank God for helping me see the end of the tunnel, for helping me come this far, for pushing me, and for holding my hand, even holding my entire body. One set of footsteps in the sand. He's carrying me. I'm just really thankful for this point in my life, and I just need you to know that it's more than weight loss. 1 year of alternate day fasting has just made me so proud to be me, and I ultimately would love that for you. Being proud in yourself, how far you've come, and knowing that this can stay long term. Like, if you choose to go back to your old self, that's a choice, that's a decision. But you know that you're accomplished. You are so capable of doing amazing things. The knowing that you're capable is just a wonderful feeling. And when you accomplish something, when I've accomplished something such as weight loss that I've wanted for decades, decades, and you finally get it, everything else, I usually say that, everything else is water under the bridge once you've accomplished something that seemed so far off from being accomplished. Weight loss. Ooh, Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa. It's not Mufasa no more. I throw that shit over the cliff. Give me all the jackals and hyenas now. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready. What did Denzel say?
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
I'm just like, I'm really grateful. I just can't say it enough. Gratitude is such a big part of the journey, because without gratitude, you cannot be appreciative of how far you've come. Like, it just won't happen. And that's it. My year in alternate day fasting in 3 words: life-changing, eye-opening, and rewarding. Rewarding. Boy, it paid off tenfold. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, this channel was not gonna be about alternate day fasting. Somebody requested, Miss Prissy had requested, hey, talk about alternate day fasting. Can you make an alternate day fasting video for beginners? And I was like, okay. Put it out. Went 3 weeks, 4 weeks before it went viral. It is up to over 300,000 video views now. And it changed my life. It allowed me to get my first apartment in my adult life, and it has set my family up for a better future. It has given me so much purpose in helping you all achieve your goals, in beating the battle of the bulge, overcoming emotional eating, starving, winning against binge eating, and having the braveness, the courageousness to step away from environments that no longer served me. Yeah. What can I say? I'm just looking forward to being a beacon of hope for anyone watching. I eventually will become certified as a health and wellness coach. Like, I'm putting it out there, and it's going to happen because I just want to be a one-stop shop for you all. Have the relatability that you look for in a mom and the professionalism that you look for in like Dr. Berg. It'll be, you know, come to Colleen Marie and she'll give you the education and a little humor on the side. Become a health and wellness expert. Serve education in a humorous manner. That's the goal. And we're looking forward to a wonderful 2022. And I hope you learned something from this alternate day fasting journey. It has been my pleasure to share it with you, and I look forward to sharing any more of my successes on the journey with you all. Eventually, one day I'll make it to 170 after I stop goofing off. But please, if you've been successful with alternate day fasting, leave the stories down below. I need to know. Let the community and the collective know how you've benefited from alternate day fasting. We are a community. We are growing together. We are thriving together. Also, don't forget, I have an alternate day fasting Facebook group. If you're looking for daily encouragement, daily support, daily motivation, tips, tricks, hacks, and more, I will link the Facebook group down below. It's free to join, and everyone over there is just doing amazing things. Like, I am ridiculously impressed and proud of you all, men, women, young, old. There is no age, there is no gender for weight loss and success and self-realization. There's none. If you want to improve your life, just do so. You don't need a reason, you don't need an excuse. Just do so. So come on over to the alternate day fasting group. Go ahead and subscribe. Like this video so we can grow more. My goal is to reach 100K by the end of the year. Y'all have been just amazing. I cannot appreciate you all enough. And I thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave it down below. And don't forget to check out the ADF playlist. It'll most likely answer a lot of your questions already. You are valuable. You are doing your best. Strive for progress, not perfection. You only compete with yourself. Yester you, no one else. Keep laser focus on your goals, okay? I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.